We'll be doing that a bit later on. We're going to start with the news. I broke it, actually, last night on the Sports Bar alongside the fun boy Jason Cunning. It looks like Roy Hodgson is going to be announced as the new manager of Watford. Firstly, what did you make of the sacking of Claudio Ranieri? Was it the right thing to do? And what do you make of Roy Hodgson coming in to take over? And there's a reason I'm going to mention his age. I think it's quite important. At 74 years old, what do you make of all of that?
Yeah, was it the right decision? Probably. If you look at Watford, they seem to be a team that get rid of managers left, right and centre very quick. I think the previous manager, Cisco Munoz, had a better points to game ratio than him, and he went a lot before Ranieri. So the question is, was he the right appointment in the first place? Which I don't think he was. You could always see this happening. And Roy Hodgson coming in, you're kind of getting rid of Ranieri to sign a kind of English Ranieri. He's a great manager, Roy Hodgson.
Is he a great manager?
I think so, yeah. Look, you don't manage... start managing in 1976, what is it, 45-year career. You don't...
46 years, yeah.
You don't manage that many clubs.
He's not won anything, long. Is he?
I think he won the Swedish league back in the day, but you don't manage teams for that long without being a good manager. The problem I see is it a final payday for Roy Hodgson? Remains to be seen. And is he the first choice? Again, remains to be seen. If you look at people like Frank Lampard and Nuno, are they going to take a job willing that they could potentially be sacked in 10, 15 games? I don't think they would.
Well, the rumour is, again, this is rumour because we don't know yet, but it's going to be a 6-month contract. So he's just coming in to do a job, and that job is obviously to keep them in the Premier League.
He's done it before.
Yeah.
Not as difficult as this job, I don't feel. I think he come into Crystal Palace where they'd lost the first 4, hadn't even scored a goal. Then he lost 3 in a row in the league. And so... I don't think any team prior to that in Premier League history stayed up having lost the first 7 games. So in terms of firefighting at a football club, he's the man to turn to. Whether he can do it here, I don't know. This is a big job, but there are some bad teams in the Premier League, so there is an opportunity.
Does age come into it? I don't want to sound ageist, right? But I'm curious, as you an ex-pro, and someone that's, of course, in and around the game still now there. Yeah. I just wonder, does age come into it? He's 74 years old. The reason I ask that, I come from the school of, I think it's very much a young man's game, football, and I think it's getting younger. And the reason I say that is I look at Jose Mourinho, right? I look at his tactics. I don't think he can really cut it anymore at the top level. You've got younger managers coming through that look bigger and better, right? And Jose's not necessarily that old. I just wonder if it is a young man's game now, the way football changes in so many areas, tactically, etc. I just wonder if that would be a problem for football fans, thinking we've got a manager coming in who's that. The answer might be no. I'm just curious as to your view.
It depends how he handles the situation. I mean, I signed for Sir Bobby Robson. I think he was 69, 70. So age didn't come into that for me. I know it's a different... In terms of manager, Bobby Robson had done the very top. So has Roy Hodgson, both managed international. I think... In terms of a football player, I don't think it does. I think he'll have a lot of respect because he's done so much in the game in terms of management. But it's all down to results. If he comes in and changes it and they get out of the relegation zone and they stay in the Premier League, I'm sure the 6-month contract will turn into another 2 or 3 years.
Do you think he can? And the reason I ask that, because it seems to change now every single week. About 3 months ago, Norwich were 100% down. Newcastle, I think, were also down. I think now Newcastle will get out of it. I think Norwich might not, even though they're out of the bottom 3. But do you think he can save Watford from going down?
I don't think he can. No, I've said there's some bad teams in the Premier League, and I think Burnley, Watford and Norwich, I've predicted that since December. I think we've done a final predictions, and I've said them 3. I think Newcastle will be the team to get out of it. But same as Norwich appointing Dean Smith, they've given themselves the best opportunity by appointing an experienced manager that knows the Premier League inside out.
Okay. We'll take calls on all things Watford. Of course, it looks like you've got a new manager in Roy Hodgson. Watford fans and football fans, you can have your say simply by picking up the phone 03717 22 344. And also, how old were you when you started going grey?
23.
Okay, if you can beat that, if you're younger than 23 when you started going grey, I know Ed, who is our producer today, has beaten that by a number of years, but if you started going grey and you're less than 23, I would love to hear from you, if only just to mock you. 03717 22 344. This is Drive on talkSPORT with We Buy Any Car. There's now over 450 branches nationwide. Find your closest now.